what's up? We're going to do a video for one of my favorite signs, although I love all the signs, to be honest, but we're going to do a video for Aries today because today is the first day of spring. It's the astrological new year and it starts Aries season today. I'm on a really squeaky chair, so if you hear all that squeaking in the background, I'm so sorry. But we're going to do a Celtic Cross, 10 cards. We're just going to kind of look at like general themes, like what to expect for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and the course of Aries season, which is about a month, so until about mid-April. This is my first time doing a video, so might be a little awkward. That's okay. We're just going to roll with it. All right. I was really excited to do this video today because I do have Aries placements. I'm a Pisces Sun, but I have Aries Moon and Venus. So I was like, I feel like Aries season is the perfect time to maybe do my first video. Like, it just kind of felt right, So hopefully I was correct about that. All right, I'm just gonna try to shuffle a little bit. Sometimes I can shuffle really well, and sometimes shuffling does not go great for me. We'll see what happens. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Or if you know an Aries, if you like an Aries, have a little crush on an Aries, you could watch this too. That's fine. I do that kind of stuff all the time. So I'm not getting any cards though. I should stop talking. That's a very Aries thing to do. Nothing. Being stubborn. Using Rider Waite today. Oh, I should have looked at what that was. Oh, no. Oh, there's one. Ooh. First card. Okay. That's us. That's you. I like it. I like that. That's good. Let me shuffle again, maybe. I hope my shuffling's not too loud. Shuffling's like, it's one of my favorite things. Is that weird? Okay. Oh, cards everywhere. Cards everywhere. Okay. We're going to take them. And sometimes I do reversals and sometimes I don't. I'm not doing reversals today. I just don't feel like it. Oh, this card has been haunting me. So I'm so sorry. This might be my fault. This showed up today. We'll see what happens with that. I have like cards coming out in bunches, which is kind of strange. I don't usually like when that happens, but we're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna roll with it today. Oh, we're not doing reversals, we said. Okay. Sometimes sometimes I'm in the mood for reversals and sometimes I'm not. They just feel like it's cloudy, I don't know. And I think that's okay. Like, some people really like to do reversals and that's great. But, I don't. Rules? What are those? That's very Aries, isn't it? Like, I can do whatever way I want to do it. And that's how I'm going to do it. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Hold on. Okay. Just a couple more cards and then we're ready to go. It's a lot of shuffling. Maybe I should have. Now I understand why some YouTube readers do the spread first and then start the video. Because this takes a long time. I only got 3 more cards and then we're ready. Ooh, I like this one. That's one of my faves too. It's a good one. Oh. All right, all right. One more. And so I'm just gonna I think what I'm gonna do is kind of go through the cards one by one, and we'll like kind of cover what they mean based on their position. Your first card was Strength and your last card is Justice. I kind of love that. Okay. So kind of going through one by one, like based on their position, sort of break it down. And then we'll see if I can, you know, maybe bring it all together at the end. That'd be nice. Okay. All right. My beloved Aries. First card is Strength. So the first card in a cross is generally the way that I do it. That's you, or you know, maybe your current condition, how things stand at the moment. And I love Strength. Strength is commonly associated with Leo, but like it kind of feels very Aries-ish too if you look at it. Like she's looking down the mouth of this lion, and he kind of almost like he's letting her. He's not fighting, you know. This card is about, it's not about necessarily like outer strength, like being strong on the outside, like machismo and bravado and like it's about like inner strength, which is a lot quieter, you know. And when you have that inner strength, like you don't need to go around showing it to everybody. Like you know that you have it, you know that it's there, you feel it. And you know what? Other people feel it too. And that's why you don't have to make a show out of it. And Aries season, yes, like we're all of us Aries peeps are gonna kind of be feeling this energy. Like the sun is in our sign and the sun is exalted in Aries. So this is a very like, it's strong. It's very strong energy. So this is a good place for us to be, because I think we might have like a little, some bumps in the road on the way, but if we remember that we have this inner strength, we'll be fine. Okay, the obstacle, like the theme, the challenge, you know, sometimes I don't really like obstacle all the time or like challenge, but maybe just like what you need to learn over the course of Aries season. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. I kind of struggle with this guy sometimes. This person, excuse me. Like, I mean, if you look at the character in this card, like obviously they are surrounded with like abundance, material goodness, you know, earthly riches. But a pentacle is not a coin. A pentacle is a pentacle. So it's not always about money or material things or like what you have or what you can buy, but maybe like what makes you feel good. Ooh. Like what makes you feel good, Aries? How can you learn to maybe give that to yourself, to be this person for yourself, right? Because King of Pentacles is a giver, right? They know they have more than enough, and they're happy to give away the extra. I feel like as Aries, we kind of already sort of do that. We love to like share and give and hype up the people we love and just kind of like be like, yes, do it. How can you do that for yourself? How can you be that for you? Like you're so busy being strong. It's okay to be like a little soft sometimes too, you know? In the past position, which is really interesting, we have Queen of Pentacles. What a pair. Oh. So it's interesting because you're coming from this, we are coming from this Queen of Pentacles energy. She just got the one little pentacle. They do. So now that we've moved through this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is like, I feel like maybe we're recognizing the things that we deserve. Like we know that we're worthy of these things, of good things, of feeling good, of pleasure, of abundance, of having enough. And so now we need to learn how to embody this king. If we know that we have enough, then we can sort of distribute that. We can share, right? And we know that we can give to ourselves. And so it's easy for us to give to others too, because we know that we are both. We're all both, right? Everybody, a little bit. All right, remember that Three of Swords popped up in the future. So the future position is like immediate future, because I also have there's a position in the Celtic Cross that's outcome, and that's more long term. So future, my squeaky chair, sorry. Future is like more immediate. So a week, couple weeks, couple days, couple hours, who knows? Three of Swords, dun dun dun. Nobody likes to see this card, right? Look at it. You can just, it's sad. That's a sad card. That's despair and sorrow and heartbreak and breakups and losing people and maybe losing yourself a little bit. And it's just, that's sad. I don't like it. I don't like to see this card show up ever. But I've gotten this card more than once in my life, in my tarot experience. Sorry about my gum. And I've started to kind of recognize that it's not always about like getting dumped or losing a friend or loss of someone or something. Sometimes something happens and it cuts right to the heart, right? You're getting to the heart of the matter with Three of Swords. Sometimes it's like, for me, it's like shadow work. It's like you are feeling and healing really old wounds, really old things that have been around, you've carried around for who knows how long, and you've been doing things and having patterns and behaviors to try and maybe like run away from that, to escape that, to not feel that pain, because nobody wants to feel that stuff. Nobody wants to like be hurting. But sometimes the things that we do to protect ourselves from that pain, just like the wound never heals then. So when you finally can feel that pain and that despair and those old wounds that you've carried around for so long, like they can heal then. So sometimes Three of Swords it is painful. There's no denying that. Something happens and you feel that for sure. But, ultimately, you're super strong. You can get through it. And if you allow yourself to just sit with your feelings, it ends up okay. Even if it's a little scary at the time, which it can be. But enough of that. We're done with that card. All right. Above position. So above is like what you're motivated by, and you know that you are. You're aware, like, this is what I want. I know what I know. I know this is what I want. Judgment. Like, this card kind of trips me up. Like, because obviously, I guess it's good, but it looks a little scary. It's like, you got this like red-winged angel and all these people popping out of caskets, and it's like, what's happening here? I'm not really sure, because judgment can kind of go either way, right? Like, these people haven't really gone anywhere yet, right? Something can be brought back from the dead. Like, I thought it was done. I thought I wanted to be done. Turns out I don't. There's still something good here that I can sometimes not go back into your casket. We are finished. And that could be relationships. That could be a project you were working on, something that you thought you wanted, and it turns out you didn't want it. Like, maybe once you get it, you're like, nope, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And I feel like the word judgment has like a very negative vibe to it. Like, don't judge others, don't judge people. But like, discernment and judgment is a gift that we should all utilize, like, for our own goods. Judgment. So maybe this month, like, we know that we're like kind of practicing being more discerning. We're deciding what we want, what's good for us, what feels good, what doesn't. Like, and we know, like, yeah, no, you know, this ain't it, and that's fine. Doesn't have to be. I'm allowed to judge and decide for myself. And that's a, what is that, 20? That's 20. Okay. Like, stuff flying off my face. And below. So the below position is like kind of your unconscious level. Like, you're being motivated by this maybe, but you're not quite fully aware that that's what's going on, that there's things at play here that are driving you forward, which everybody's like that. Everybody has like motivators or things that drive them are sort of like below the surface. Maybe your friends and family can see it, but you can't, you know? 10 of Swords, which sort of reminds me of this like 3 of Swords thing that I was talking about. Like old wounds, like past hurts, things that really left a mark. It changed us. And like as an Aries moon and Venus, like I can relate to that. Like, how many times have I gone through something that's like hurt, and I've been like, nope, never again, not doing that. Like, I'm not ever gonna let, like, we Aries, we like to pretend that we're like really bad and hard because inside we're so soft. We don't want to go through this ever again if we can help it. So below the surface, we've got some old pains, some ways that we've been stabbed in the back. You know, somebody took us down or something took us down. And we, you know, it feels like you'll never recover from that. There's no coming back. There's no getting up. There's no way I could possibly go through it again or, you know, heal from that. Like, that's just one of those things, like, that time never mends. But that's not true, right? Because when you look at the cross, there's the 3 cards across and then 3 cards up. So I want you to look at how this looks. You have this 10 here, right? No coming back from that, right? But then you go up a little bit in the journey and you realize that you have this inner strength, right? You are a resilient person. You've survived everything this far, you know? Like, and it's like I said, it's inner strength that's not outwardly directed. You don't have to pretend to be so hard. You don't have to like have your guard up all the time to try and protect yourself, because you know that you are a strong person and you know you have your own back, and you know that you can use your judgment and your discernment to know what is and isn't for you. I really like that. I do. All right. In the advice position for Aries season, we have a card that kind of trips me up. And that's okay, I think. Like, sometimes, you know, a lot of the cards I do know, but sometimes I get one and I'm just like, I don't really know. Sometimes I have to look it up. And I think that's okay. You know, like, that happens to me in everyday life. I don't know something. I need directions. What do? I look it up. So I might, sometimes you might have to see me stop and just look something up. It doesn't always come right away, you know. But for your advice for Aries season for the next month, 3 of Wands. Now, Wands is fire element. Excuse me, sorry. So it's solid advice. It's kind of, you know, it's in the line of maybe who you are naturally anyway, who we all kind of, us Aries are naturally anyway, like very fiery and looking forward, wanting to make plans, you know, like, look at this guy, this person, they want to go, they want to move. And if 2 of Wands is about like making the plans, 2 of Wands is that guy who's standing there with like, he's got the 2 wands and he's got like the globe in his hand and he's looking out and he's very like, the world is mine, you know, everything the light touches. But the 3 is about, okay, you made the plan, so now what's next, right? Like, things are moving with the Three of Wands. There's like really rapid growth, expansion, like things start coming together. But for advice, like what does that mean for advice? So I think I might look it up. I have my little booklet over here. My little came with the deck, right? Very handy. So I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna see if it jogs anything, because sometimes, you know, you just need that. And that's okay. Maybe someday I'll be one of those people that can like, but I don't know. Okay, so we have Wands, 3. Established strength, yo. See, this is why this is important. Established strength, enterprise, effort, trade, commerce, discovery. A very good card. Collaboration will favor enterprise. Established strength, right? We're going to come back to this again. Established strength. It's a 3 and an 8. Okay. Established, and look so sunny. I love it. It's just like fiery, happy energy. So advice for Aries season, establish strength. Like remember that. Remember who you are. Remember your inner strength. Remember. And part of that, it feels like remember that it's okay to be soft, right? Like we don't have to be tough all the time. You have that inner strength. Remember that. And remember that like it takes strength to be vulnerable too, and to be soft, and to embrace that part of yourself, and that's okay. And then collaboration, right? Because it's a 3. So maybe look out for opportunities to work with other people safely. You know, I know we're all still doing those things, but you never know what kind of collaborators life will bring you. So be open to that, because who knows, right? New relationships, new friends, new work peeps. It could be anything. But with that, with the fire in there, like it might be something really good that you're really excited about. That would be cool. All right, we have 3 cards left. How are we feeling? Am I talking too fast? I hope not. We have one of my favorite cards next, and it's the external influences card. So this is stuff that's really like, it's out of our hands. Like things are going to happen the way they're going to happen, and we just got to deal with it. And then maybe you can be like, oh yeah, 6 of Cups. I remember now. This was a thing. So 6 of Cups is such a sweet card, right? We have the 2 kids, and the one is giving the cup to the other, and it's just, it's so nice. I always get good vibes with this card, because it's like, it's innocent and childlike and sweet, and it's cups, so it's our feels, it's love, but this is a card that talks about the past. So maybe things are coming up, Aries season, that remind us of the way things used to be, that remind us of a situation we encountered before, which would maybe make sense with this 10 and this 3. Oh, I remember this. You know, and then we want to put our guard up. We want to avoid the pain and the work. But it's coming either way. You know, and how you decide to handle that, remember your inner strength, because you're in that energy already. You can do it. You can get through it. And the thing is, some things might feel like the past. They might remind us of situations we've been in before, but you're different. So it's different, right? Don't react to the past. Don't react to how things were before. It's a new situation, even if it feels familiar, because if you've already been through it, there's no way it could be the same, right? And another part of this is like wishing that things could go back to the way that they were. So maybe there's a situation that you wish could be the way that it was. And that hurts. That hurts. I want it to go back to how it was before. It hurts me that it's not how it used to be. And that sucks, right? I want it to be how it was when we were young, but it's just not. And so maybe like looking ahead, remembering the ways that we're strong, just like accepting the things that are different, that can't go back. because with external influences, there's really not a lot that you can do to change this. Acceptance is kind of key. Hopes and fears. Knight of Swords. This person is very gung-ho. Swords is air element, so it's all about words, communication, thoughts, right? Look at how fast this person is moving on this horse. Can you see that? Like they are, it's like, I can like kind of hear it, like, charge, you know? There's like, I think maybe, I'm getting a vibe of like fear of conflict. It's interesting that it's swords when we kind of had some swords on the board already. Right? Like, are we afraid? Sometimes as Aries, like I'm aware of how like I can be kind of a lot. Sometimes I say things and then they come out of my mouth and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Like I didn't mean to come off so cutting and so, that was a lot meaner than I meant for it to be. And I do get afraid of that part of myself sometimes. So maybe we're a little bit afraid of like being this person. We don't want to be a Knight of Swords person. We don't want to like say some stuff that we can't take back. Right? Once you say the thing, it's out there. You can't go back. You can't unsay that thing. You can apologize. You can try to move forward, but things will be different. That's a little scary. And yeah, I think like maybe we don't want to be the one to kind of charge in, make the first move, confront the situation, whatever it may be, and do something that we can come back from. I feel that way a lot, actually. Last card, which is the outcome card. And I said earlier that this was really interesting because your initial card was strength. And I think if I remember correctly, let's see, it's 8 and 11. I think this is right. In the old weight decks, they were reversed. So strength was 11 and justice was 8. So I always find it interesting when these two show up together, which they do kind of tend to a lot for me, actually. Because it's strength and justice. And we had judgment on the board too, which is like, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? It's a lot. But it's, you know, we're learning. We have this inner strength. We have this discernment, this judgment. I know what's for me. That's for me to decide. That's for you to decide. And then it all just kind of works out, doesn't it? You know, justice has all of those very like sort of lawyery justice system meanings attached to it, of course, like going to court and handling those kinds of matters. But when I think of like true justice, like real justice, it's kind of it's sort of universal. Like things have a way of balancing themselves out, even like without our Knight of Swords energy sometimes, you know, like everything kind of comes out in the wash. And I think that's how it's going to happen for us overall. Aries season, you know, like justice, right? Justice associated with like Libra, right? We have the scales, which is interesting because Libra is the direct opposite sign of Aries. So, and Librans are like, what? They're so soft, right? They're so soft, which I sort of touched on earlier, right? Like we're learning to be both. You can be hard and soft. You can be tough and tender. You can be both. And it's because we have these other skills, right? That we know when it's safe to be vulnerable. We know when we need to be a little bit harder. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that when we're doing it for the right reasons. You know, we're not just reacting to things that might feel familiar, but we're learning balance. And balance isn't about stagnancy. It's not about being here all the time. Balance is constant adjusting all the time. You're not, okay, I'm here now, I'm good. It doesn't work like that. That would be so boring, right? You have a sword and you have the scales. You know when to be, like when to be and when not to be, because that's what balance looks like. It's constant movement. It's very fluid. It's Aries and Libra together, because we're all our other sign too, right? A little bit. I think it's going to be a really good season. It's going to be like a lot of growth and a lot of learning, which isn't always comfortable, but at the end of it all, we're going to be able to look back and be like, yeah, I did that. That was pretty cool. So that's my first video. Definitely let me know like what hit home for you, what didn't, what you like, what things that were like, yeah, that's so true, and maybe like what I missed the mark on, because I'm interested in hearing both, right? That's balance. If you liked it, you know, give me likes, comments, shares, whatever, or don't, that's fine too. I'm gonna try to do a video, like, I don't know, I want to start doing more videos, so definitely look out for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.